Hello my schoolers, I am Abiola and this is my school channel where we are tackling the 2017 JAMB past question for mathematics. In this clip, we'll be solving questions number 1 to question 12. So right now, let's tackle question 1. Given T equals even numbers from 1 to 12, N equals common factors of 6, 8, and 12, find T intersection N. So you would agree with me that this is a question on set theory, okay? So let's use the information provided to pull out 1 or 2 things that we can use to solve this question accurately. So we see that T, even numbers, right? From 1 to 12, okay? And you recall your even numbers, we have 2, 4, isn't it? 6, 8, 10, and 12. Because the question states between 1 and 12, okay? And 12. All right, then we have N, which contains common factors of 6, 8, and 12. So what are the common factors of 6, 8, and 12? So we have just 2, okay? Because 2 is common in 6, okay, as a factor of 6, also as a factor of 8, and as a factor of 12. If you would try to pick 3, 3 is common for 6, but not for 8, but for 12, okay? 4 is common for 8, and for 12, but not for 6. Okay, so the only tangible common factor we can find is 2. Okay, so now the question requires that we find T intersection N. Okay, so T intersection N would give us, okay, so that means what is found in T and can also be found in N, and that is just 2. Alright, so our answer is 2. Okay, so now let's scan through our options together as we go back to our screen. Okay, so go through the options with me, realize that option D is the correct option. Right now we are tackling question 2. What is the next number in the series 2, 1, 1 over 2, 1 over 4? Okay, so this is very easy to tackle. We don't need to go through the solving of using to find the common ratio, saying Tn equals ARn minus raised to power n minus 1. Okay, so all we just have to do is just to go direct. Okay, let's just use our sharp sensitivity. Okay, so we would have 2 and 1. Okay, so just multiply this 2 times 1 over 2, that gives you 1. Okay, 2 times half gives you 1. 1 times half gives you 1 over 2. Okay, so 1 over 2 times 1 over 2, that gives you 1 over 4. So the next one will be 1 over 4 times 1 over 2, that gives you 1 over 8. Okay, so the next number will be 1 over 8. So to get the next number, you just say 1 over 8 times 1 over 2, that gives you 1 over 16. The next number will be 1 over 16 times 1 over 2. That gives you 1 over 32. Okay, so there goes the list. Okay, so basically the common ratio here is 1 over 2. So 2 times 1 over 2, that gives you 1. 1 times 1 over 2 gives you 1 over 2. 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 gives us 1 over 4. So 1 over 4 times 1 over 2 gives us 1 over 8. Okay, so the next number that we are asked to find is 1 over 8. Option D, that is very correct. Question 3. If u equals, okay, we have x is an integer and it's between 1 and 20. Okay, let me just interpret what we have. So we have and 1 is lesser than, okay, or equals to x. X is lesser than or equals to 20. So it's between 1 to 20. Okay, so we have 1 inclusive and 20 also inclusive. Okay, so we have E1 is giving us the multiples of 3. Okay, So we have E2 is given as the multiples of 4. Okay, 1 to 20. Okay, so we have the graded question now, considering the information we're already provided with. So we have, and an integer is picked at random from U. Okay, so find the probability that it is not in E2. Okay, so at first, let's provide the full details of members present in each of these sets. Okay, so we have U. Integers, 1 is lesser than or equals to x, x is lesser than or equals to 20. So that is 1, 2, 3, down to 20, okay? So I'll just do this, okay, to save us time. All right, so we have E1 as multiples of 3 between 1 to 20, okay, 1 and 20. Okay, so we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Okay, the next multiple is 21, so it's greater than 20. So we'd have E2 as multiples of 4. Okay, so we'd have 4, 8, 12, okay, would have 16 and 20. So basically, if you want to quantify this, we'll just say number of members in E2. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's just 5. Very well. So the question requires that if an integer is picked at random from U, okay, U contains 20 members, find the probability that it is not in E2, okay? So the number of members in E2 is 5. So that it is not in E2, the members that are not in E2, they are 15, okay? So number not in E2, this is complement, is 15. All right, so the probability that it is not in E2 will just be what we are asked to look for, which is 15, over the total outcome, which is 20. Okay, so we'd have 5 here, 3, just to simplify it, 5 here, 4. So we'd have 3 over 4. So join me as we scan through our options together and see which one tallies with this. Okay, so if we look at, we have option A, option B, option C, and option D. We have 3 over 4 there. Right here on our screen, option A is correct, 3 over 4. Remember that for your coming exams, we've made certain tools that are very effective in preparing you for these exams, okay? So all you just have to do is to click on the link provided in the description below. This link takes you to the Myschool website where these tools are readily available for you, okay? So on the Myschool website, you have enough information, guidelines on how you can get any of these tools, either the Myschool mobile app you can install on your Android smartphones, okay, or the Myschool software which you can install on your laptops and what have you. So that is just it. Make sure you get any of these tools and start practicing so that you can increase confidence and competence for success. So join me as we tackle question 4. The curved surface area of a cylinder 5 centimeter high is 110 centimeters squared. Find the radius of its base given pi as 22 over 7. So you just have to recall the formula for curved surface area. I can shorten it as CSA, okay, equals 2 pi r h. So we are required to find the radius. From the question, we are given the curved surface area as 110, okay, equals 2 times the pi, okay, times r times h, which is the height, okay? So we are asked to find r. So if we are finding r, we divide all through by this coefficient, divide both sides. So the coefficient beside r, we have 2 pi h, okay, 2 pi h. 2 strikes out 2, Okay, so we'd have r equals 110 over 2 times, our pi is 22 over 7, times the height we are given from the question, which is 5. Okay, so we can have 2 year 1, 2 year 55. All right, so we have 5 year 1, 5 year 11. So we have r equals 11 divided by 22 over 7. You can say 11 over 1. Then when this is becoming times, we have 11 over 1 times 7 over 22. Very well. So we'd have 11 year 1, 11 year 2. So we have 7 times 1. We have, okay, let's move to that other side so that we can have clarity and enough space to express our answer. So we'd have 7 times 1, we have 7 over 2 times 1, we have 2. 7 over 2, when you divide it, you can have 3.5 centimeter. Okay, so let's count through our options together, where we have 7 over 2 or 3.5 centimeter. So that makes option B very correct, 3.5 centimeter. So don't forget that you have to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button and tap on bell notifications so you can get informed as soon as the next videos have been uploaded. Question 5. If two graphs y equals px squared plus q and y equals 2x squared minus 1, they intersect at x equals to 2. Now listen to this important information, just take notes alongside with me, okay? Find the value of p in terms of q, okay? So this is very easy to solve. We just have to put them together, then do simple calculations on it, very simple calculations. So the first graph, we have y equals px squared plus q, isn't it? Okay. The second graph, we have y equals 2x squared minus 1. So let's bring them together. This equals to this. So we have px squared plus q equals this 2x squared minus 1. Okay. So if this q goes outside, okay, it becomes negative. Then minus q. So what do? We divide both sides by x squared. Remember, we are asked to find this, find the value of p in terms of q. Okay, so that means we just have to have p alone outside. Okay, very well. So we are told that they intersect at x equals to 2. So that means p equals 2 into brackets 2, okay? From the question, we are told that they intersect at the point x equals 2. So anywhere we see x, we exchange it with the value of 2. Very well. Okay, over 2 raised to power 2. Okay, so we have to move to the upper side of the board so that we can have more clarity and space to express our steps. So p equals 2. Okay, let me just pull everything up here. Okay, over 2 raised to power 2. Okay, so we have p equals 2 raised to power 2. That is 2 times 2, and that gives us 4, isn't it? Then 4 times 2 would have 8. Okay, so 8 minus 1, that gives us 7. So on the numerator, we have 7 minus q over 2 raised to power 2, that is 2 times 2, and that is 4. So expressing or finding the value of p in terms of q will be p equals to 7 minus q over 4. So let's go through our options together and see which of them is correct. Okay, so we are going back to our screen and have our confirmation. So if you look through the options very quickly with me, you realize that option B is the most accurate option. Option B is correct. Question 6. Evaluate sine 45 degrees plus sine 30 degrees in surd form. Okay, so let's be very specific. This question carries a diagram up there. Okay, so but basically I just want to show us simpler method on how we can solve this in short form. So join me, let's go to our working board, okay, as we tackle this question. So we have add up sine 45 degrees plus sine 30 degrees, okay, in short form. So in short form, sine 45 degrees is root 2 over 2, okay. You can also have the value as 1 over root 2, okay, but here we are sticking to the value in short form as root 2 over 2, okay, plus sine 30 is 0.5, and that means 1 over 2. Okay, so let's find the LCM, which is 2. 2 in 2, that is 1. 1 times root 2, that gives you root 2. Plus 2 in 2, that is 1. 1 times 1, that gives you 1. Okay, so if you want to just arrange it, we would have 1 plus root 2 over 2. Okay, so that makes our answer in short form. 1 plus root 2 over 2. So join me as we go back to the screen and confirm which of the options carry our answer. So look through it and you will realize that option D is the correct option. Question 7. If y equals to x sine x, okay, find dy dx when x equals pi over 2. This is a question on differentiation and we are going to use the product rule here. So at first, let's recall that the question given is y equals x sine x, okay? So this is u and this is v, okay? So when we differentiate u, du dx, that is when we differentiate x, that gives us 1. And when we differentiate v, that is dv dx equals, that is differentiation of sine x, will give us cos x, okay? These are just simple rules that we should know in differentiation. Very well. So the product rule, okay, is v du dx, okay, plus u dv dx. Okay, very well. So let's plot in the value. So we have our v as sine x into brackets du dx is 1, okay, plus u, which is x, into brackets dv dx, that is cos x. Very well. So when we expand, we would have, let's just move up here. We have sine x times 1, that gives you sine x. Okay. Plus x cos x. So the question says that when x equals pi over 2, that is anywhere we see x, we put pi over 2. Okay, so here will be sine pi over 2, okay, plus pi over 2, right? Then cos pi over 2, okay? So we should know that sine pi over 2, that gives us 1, plus pi over 2, okay, times cos pi over 2, that gives us 0. Okay, so 0 times this still gives us 0. So we have 1 plus 0, and that equals 1. So the correct answer is 1. So join me as we scan through our options together and see which of the options is correct. So option C carries 1, so option C is the correct option. Remember that nothing stops you from asking your questions right now. So you may ask, what do I do or what do I have to do to ask my questions and get answers within moments? Just click on the link in the description below. It takes you to the Myschool website. where we have enough solution providers who are willing and ever ready to help you out. Okay, so why not ask your questions right now? So join me as to tackle question 8. If temperature T is directly proportional to heat H, okay, and when T equals 20 degrees Celsius, H equals 50 joules. Find T when H for heat equals 60 joules. Okay, so now let's just first interpret the first sentence, which is if temperature is directly proportional to heat. Okay, so that is T, right? So we would have T equals KH, where K is the constant. So let's find K at first. So that would be, we are dividing both sides by H. So that implies that K will be equals to, what's our temperature T? 20, H 50. So we have 20 over 50. Okay, so this strikes out, we have 2 over 5, isn't it? If you want to bring it to fraction, it's just very easy. You can recall your long division method, okay? We don't need to do that. Just have all 0.4, okay? So the question goes further to say that we should find T when H equals 60, okay? So we should find T where T equals to KH. So find T when H equals to 60. So that will be K already is 2 over 5 when H is 60, okay? 5 here 1, okay? 5 here 12. So 2 times 12, that is 24, divided by 1, that is still 24. So temperature T equals 24 degrees when the heat is 60 joules. So let's go to our screen and confirm which of them carries our option. We see option A as the correct option. Perhaps you have better steps or explanations to any of the questions we have tackled so far. Please, we would like to know. Kindly use the comment section below. Indicate the question number and the solution you would like to share. Question 9. Evaluate 1 minus 1 over 5 times 2 over 3, open close bracket, okay, plus open bracket, 5 plus 2 over 3 close bracket. So at first we are required to replicate this question on our whiteboard, okay? So we have 1 minus, okay, 1 over 5 times 2 over 3, okay, plus the next bracket, which we have 5 plus 2 over 3. Okay, so let's work on what we have in each bracket. So we have this 1 times 2, that is 2, okay, over 5 times 3, that is 15. Okay, then the next bracket, when we find the LCM here, that is 3. That is 3, right? 3 times 5, that is 15, okay, plus 3 in 3, that is 1. 1 times 2, that is still 2, okay? So 15 plus 2, that gives us 17. So we have 17 over 3. This is a plus sign here. We have 2 over 15. Then we have the minus sign here, then 1. So we just find the LCM, which is 15, okay? 1 in 15, that is 15 times 1, that is 15. Minus 15 in 15, that is 1 times 2, that is 2, okay? Plus 3 in 15, that is 5, times 17, that gives us 85. Very well, so we would have 15 minus 2, that is 13, plus 85, okay, that gives you 98 over 15. So that's the correct answer for this question, 98 over 15. So join me as we move back to our screen and confirm the right option to this question. So when we scan through together, we realize that option D is super correct. Question 10. given m equals n, okay, then we have the big square root of SL over t. Make t the subject of the formula, okay? So this is just super easy for us to tackle, okay? So we have m equals n, okay? The big square root of SL over t. Very well, we are asked to make t the subject, okay, of the entire formula. All right, so the first thing we have to do is we have to divide both sides by n to eliminate n. Okay, so we have m over n equals, because dividing both sides, all right, this is gone, and that's why we have a shortcut here, okay, equals the big square root of SL over t. Okay, so to eliminate this square root, what do? We square both sides. Okay, so alright, so we'd have m over n, okay, raised to power 2 or square equals SL over t, isn't it? Okay, so this means m square, right, over n square equals SL over t. So when we cross multiply, okay, we have m square over n square equals SL over t. I'm just trying to bring us closer, okay? So we would have t times m square equals SL times n square. What do? Divide both sides by n square. T equals SL n square, okay, over m square. So join me as we go through our options together and see which of them is correct. Having t equals SL n square over m square. So that makes option B the correct option. Question number 11, okay, so we have simplify 3 raised to power n minus 1, okay, times 27 raised to power n plus 1 divided by 81 raised to power n, okay. So at first, just like the way we attempt our questions, we have to first reproduce them on our whiteboard, okay. So we have 3 raised to power n minus 1, okay, times 27 raised to power n plus 1 over 81 raised to power n. Okay, so we can still make this simpler for ourselves by having this, okay, times 27 raised to power n plus 1 divides 81 raised to power n. Still the same thing, right? Of course. So we'd have bringing this and this to base 3, okay, so that we can have uniformity for ease of attempts, okay. That will be 27 is 3, okay, raised to power 3. That is 3 times 3, that's 9, times 3, that is 27. So this will be 3 raised to power 3 into bracket this power that we already have here, okay, divided by 81 is 3 raised to power 4. How do we know? 3 times 3, that's 9, times 3, that's 27, times 3, that is 81, okay? So 81 is 3 raised to power 4 into bracket n. So by the time we expand our bracket, we have 3 raised to power n minus 1 times 3 raised to power 3 times n, we have 3n, plus 3 times 1, we have 3, okay? Divided by, of course, we have 3 raised to power 4 times n, that is 4n, okay? Very, very easy. So we just have to pick a particular base, and that is base 3. So let's move up here. So we have base 3 of n minus 1, okay? Times changes to plus, so we have plus, this is 3n plus 3. Divide means minus, okay, when working in indices, okay, so we have minus 4n, okay. So by the time we open our brackets and collect like terms, we're going to have something like this. So we have n Very well, we have 3 raised to the power n minus 1 plus 3n plus 3 minus 4n. So let's collect like terms. Okay, so we have 3 raised to the power n, okay, plus 3n, then minus 4n, isn't it? Okay, then we have minus 1 plus 3, okay? N plus 3n, that is 4n. 4n minus 4n, that gives you 0, okay? So we have 3 raised to the power 0, okay? We have minus 1 plus 3, that gives you plus 2. So 0 plus 2, that is 2. So we have 3 raised to the power 2, and that means 3 times 3, and that equals 9. So join me as we look through our options together and see which of them carry the number 9. Okay, so looking through our options together, we see that option B is very correct. Question 12. The locus of a point which is equidistant from the line PQ forms a what? Okay, it forms a perpendicular bisector of the segment which is determined. Okay, so that's just the basic definition for the locus of a point. So when you go through all of these options with me, you realize that okay, let's take the definition again. We have the locus of a point which is equidistant from the line PQ forms a perpendicular line to PQ. Okay, so option D is the most accurate option. So option D is correct. So right now we've come to the end of this segment. It's the first of the series of clips to tackle the 2017 past question for mathematics. All you just have to do is for you to hit the like button and click on the subscribe button. Tap on bell notifications so you can get updated as soon as the next video clips are being uploaded.